I was born in Rochester, Vermont. I don't recall much from uh, my earlier childhood because I was in a car accident which left me with a traumatic brain injury, and so I don't recall a whole lot of what happened between the ages of 9 months and I don't know 5 or so, which was around the time that I got adopted. I don't remember the exact age. I actually had no idea until I got a little bit older we were adopted, so I mean I didn't feel any different when I found out that they were still my family. Grew up in a place called Salisbury, West Salisbury. Went to first and second grade in a small. It was a house before it was a school. I have 3 biological siblings, and there were 4 other girls added to the equation when we got adopted. We all got adopted into the same family, which was nice. I have 3 older sisters, two younger sisters, and 2 younger brothers. I'm somewhere in the middle. Yep. We all lived in an 8-bedroom house with our parents and grandmother. Can imagine the crowdedness in those bedrooms, huh? I went to I went to school like my other 7 siblings. Um, I I went through the younger grades pretty quickly, but when I got to high school, I kind of struggled a little. Um, when I was taking actual high school classes, which is before I went to the diversified occupations and then the career center they called it. Um, my grades were really bad. I tried to take a foreign language. I can barely speak my own language, let alone a foreign one. I kind of wish that sign language was a foreign language in high school, but I would have excelled in that.
Do you have any challenges?
Did I have any challenges? Math. I still suck at math, but I think that had I been offered um, simpler classes when it came to math and reading, I would have been a little bit better off the first 2 years of high school. And I did take a history class, and the teacher just knew how to make things understandable. And it just so happens my father was in the military, so if I had any questions, I'd go home and ask him about it. My favorite class? Um, Actually, I think it was, I don't remember what it was called, but we would go out and we would band hawks. We'd have to catch them and then band them. That was my favorite. I did struggle in my first 2 years of high school and junior high. Um, but after I got into the right program, my grades started going up. I guess I needed a little bit of extra help. I took a printing technology class, which was actually pretty kind of cool because we were actually running a business, a nonprofit business, and I got hired a couple of summers in a row to actually run that, help to run that business, and it was a work experience through I think folk rehab. But I liked it, and that was kind of the field I wanted to go into after I graduated, but it didn't happen. This is a photo of me doing some work in the printing technology class. Um, this is a positive, I think, that I'm working on. I did graduate from the printing technology class. We had to take, I think, 3 years of it to go through printing tech 1 and 2. So that was my accomplishment. And then graduating from high school. I did have one-on-one aid for a little while. And this was before I actually took, they call it a vocational class. The printing technology class was a vocational class. After I started doing that, my grades went up. Even my math grade went up because I had a one-on-one math tutor. So I graduated high school. I exceeded the expectations that people had for me because I was the one odd man out, I guess you would call it, or the ugly duckling in a family of 8 kids. They didn't have very high expectations for me, but I exceeded those expectations. I think even my parents kind of questioned whether I would make it this far. No, I didn't really feel included in high school. I felt out of place. And even though my grades were going up and whatnot, I still kind of felt out of place socially. I had 2, maybe 3 really good friends, and we all kind of lived in the same area. After I moved to the Middlebury area from West Salisbury, we all kind of lived on the same street or in the same vicinity. But high school was kind of a struggle for me socially. Like I didn't really feel like I fit in anywhere.
How was prom night?
It was long and dragged out. And then the next, it was on a Friday night. And I believe the next day we went on a boat ride for our senior trip. I had a job for a very short time, maybe a summer or so, working for an A&P store before they went out of business. And I worked at a Subway shop for about 1.5 years. I also worked for the Middlebury College for about 3 months, and that was kind of a trial period. And then I worked for the local agency, which was CSAC, doing custodial work. I did that job mostly because I needed the extra money. Up until recently, I've also worked for Aries, teaching someone how to use the bus here in St. Albans. And then I got hired almost 3 years ago as a peer advocate, an administrative assistant. I like it. I feel like I belong, and they look at me as Randy and not an individual with a disability. I hope that they're keeping me around for my out of the box thinking. But I think that I have a lot to offer, and apparently there's a lot of other people here that do too.
Tell me about a time you felt really included.
When I got hired here as a peer advocate, and when people would actually communicate with me. I thought it was great that all these service coordinators and bigwigs were asking me questions, and it really made me feel like I found a place I belong.